Tushar Ojan. Él es DevX de Subsocial y el día de hoy va a hablar de Building Next Gen Social Media Using Subsocial. Él va a cubrir todo lo que es teoría, recursos y walkthrough del GS, SDK y Playground de Subsocial. Esta presentación, este workshop va a ser en inglés, así que les pedimos por favor a todos, si van a hacer preguntas, si las pueden plantear en el chat en inglés, si no las traduzco. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you, Tushar, for share with us this workshop. Please, you can start to talk.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi. I know this session is not in Spanish, it's in English. But if you want me to repeat anything, do let me know in the chat. I'll try to repeat that particular segment. And let's get started. This session is going to be really very awesome because what we're going to learn in this session is amazing. It's Subsocial. So let me quickly share the screen and show you what I'm talking about. So I hope you all can see my screen, right? You all can see the screen, right? Okay. Okay, then I think we can start. So once again, welcome everyone. This session is from Subsocial. I am Tushar Ojha, DevX at Subsocial. In this session, we're going to talk about building next generation social media using Subsocial. So Subsocial is a great blockchain which is built on top of substrate technology and is a part of the Polkadot ecosystem, Sama ecosystem. And it have a parachain as well. Now, building on Subsocial is really interesting, and the capabilities it provides you with is amazing. And we're going to talk in detail about each of them. So this is LATAM Hackathon. Let's get started. We have more than $5,000 in prizes for you. So just stick to the whole topic. I'm going to walk you through about what Subsocial is from the very basic language, that this is what problem it solves. This is how you can build on top of Subsocial and everything. So it would be really easy. So let's get started. Hang tight, and I'm going to talk about the problem statements that we have for you, with which you can easily get started building on Subsocial and win some cool prizes from us. So let's talk about Subsocial. So Subsocial is a uniquely positioned blockchain specifically built for social networking websites, and more properly, I could say, as social finance websites. So you know that today we have a lot of social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and there are tons of social medias like these. But Subsocial is a blockchain which allows you to build these types of social media which are decentralized in nature and have all the necessary things like transactions, following, likes, posts, spaces, and everything. All the data structures that you need to create a social media are now open and now available directly on chain, which is possible using Subsocial. So let's talk about the current problems that we have. So if you see on social medias today, like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Discord, these all have censorship issues, that they decide who can write some content, who can post some content, who can do some stuff. They also faces server downs. Like as of now, you might have heard a lot of time, Instagram is down, Twitter, Facebook is down, LinkedIn is down. So these issues are also there with these centralized websites and these centralized services. There is no proper ownership of your content. So if you have created an awesome article on LinkedIn, you cannot, if LinkedIn blocks you, if LinkedIn makes sure that you are not able to use LinkedIn anymore, then you cannot take your content and your connections and your social graph out of that platform. So basically, you are not owning the content, you are creating the content for LinkedIn. There's a huge cut in monetization. So if you are earning from Instagram, if you are earning from Facebook, and if you are earning from YouTube, there is a huge cut they take from your end with in terms of like giving the platform and monetization, and that is not good in terms of more open and connected society. So Subsocial is able to solve all these problems. So we, as we call it, as 5 problems, 1 solutions. So let's see some examples of it. So as you might already know, like Russia bans Facebook and Instagram during the wartime. So that also, gives these government entities and people the power to control you and censoring people from what they can see and what they can't see. Similarly, Twitter suspended Trump's account. So all the problems that have been there, but still why Twitter was able to do it. There is a big problem in, open speech and open things. So with decentralization, these issues are always going to be there. Oftentimes, Facebook is alleged about promoting hate speech for profit and these things around that. Whereas with technologies like Subsocial, we make sure that all the things which are which gives control to the users rather than a centralized body are in place. For example, with Subsocial, you have a serverless public timeline. Everyone can see what data is being posted, who's creating a post, who's creating some data on the network. It is not centralized in nature, like there is some AWS server where all the data is stored, and if someone blocks it, someone hacks it, your data is lost. It's never going to be like that. And it's public in nature by default. So if you feel like I'm moving too fast or I'm speaking too fast, let me know. And if you want me to repeat some part of some segment, then I can repeat it as well for you. So, okay. So other problem is moderation. I already talked about censorship. With Subsocial, moderation is given moderation at some extent where it is needed. If you are having a Facebook group, so you can choose on which type of group you want, but still the power would be in the user's hand. And there is user governance, roles and permissions you can set for your community. So there are a lot of possibilities with Subsocial. Now let's quickly talk about the Subsocial architecture. So let us, so that will help us understand what it is actually, so that if when you get started building on top of it, you should know how things are working at Subsocial. So with Subsocial, the bottommost layer, if you see, is the substrate with custom palettes. So Subsocial is a parachain on Kusama network right now. It won a slot. So on the substrate chain, they have custom palettes for ownership, moderation, posts, roles, follows, spaces, and every single thing. So most of the things that you need to create a social media are already available in form of substrate custom palettes on a substrate chain. On top of that, when you want to store some data, let's say you wrote a blog or an article and you want to store it somewhere, you can use the IPFS network to store the data on and decentralize in a decentralized format, and then link it to these custom palettes. This is the second layer of our architecture. And on top of that architecture layer, we have Subsocial JS SDK. So this JS SDK gives you simple, easy to use functions and methods from which you can build any type of dApp, any type of website, any type of even React Native mobile app, or whatever you want to build, you can build without worrying about, how to directly connect to Substrate and everything. With this SDK, we give you abstractions at different levels, so that you can just say get spaces and you will get all the list of spaces. You can find a post by ID and do it in very simple using simple asynchronous methods. So it will support conversions, parsing, and much more things. And on top of this layer, developers like you who are passionate about this problem solving about decentralized social media can use this JS SDK in their projects, in their websites, dApps, or anywhere. And then they can build some awesome decentralized by nature apps. So if you are experienced with React.js, Next.js, TypeScript, Node.js, then you can easily build decentralized apps from day one using Subsocial's JS SDK. And I'm going to show you quickly how easy it is to do. But first, I think it's time to see an example of how does a decentralized social dApp looks like. So if I show you here, I'll go to app.subsocial.network. So this is one of our DApp, which is built using the same JS SDK that I showed you right now. See how fast it is. It is decentralized by nature. All the blogs and articles you see, for example, here are stored on IPFS, that is in a decentralized format, and are available in transactions on the on our Subsocial chain. So you can see the number of reactions, the number of comments, shares, the content itself. You can upvote and downvote easily, and it will ask you to sign the message to easily upvote and do some reactions, do some interactions, and you can click on here and view on IPFS, and you will be able to see that content that is actually stored on this decentralized network. So that's the beauty of having things in a decentralized format. It is publicly visible that I like this post. It is publicly visible that this person, Bill Laboon, created this post. So this is the beauty of decentralization, and this particular whole website, app.subsocial.network, is built using our JS SDK. Now that is an amazing piece of thing. Let's see the content structure. So if you have any doubts till now, do ask. I'll be happy to answer those. And I'm going to also have an Ask Me Anything session at the end. So if you have any questions, doubts, or you want me to go a bit slow or anything like that, do let me know. I'm seeing the chats for a minute. So if you are facing some problem, ask me here. I'll be happy to answer. So is it good? Are you able to understand what we have discussed so far? Or should I talk a bit slowly?
No, I don't know. That's okay? You listen to me? You heard me?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Your English is perfect. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
Yes, we don't have any question until now. Take into account that for people who cannot talk in English, we translate it so when being YouTube, maybe in the future we have some question, but now it's perfect.
All right. So if anyone have any question, do ask. I'll continue from here.
Perfect.
So,
thank you.
Yeah. So now talking about content structure. So on Subsocial, we have different types and different data structures available. For example, spaces, profiles, posts, reactions, and I already showed you some things. For example, this thing here you see is a post. And if you see here that there is something called Bill Laboon's Polkadot Digest. So this is a space. This is a space created by Bill Laboon. So a space is basically, if you see this layer, this abstraction layer, a space contains multiple posts. So if you see here, this space contains 439 posts. And these posts are of three types. This could be repost. That means Bill Laboon or any, like, I can reshare a particular post to my space, like what you see on Twitter called retweet. And there is also an option like replies. Whatever you reply to someone is also considered in a variant of a post. And then for each post, you see there are multiple reactions. So these are called, this is the innermost layer. Now profiles are also a type of space. It's just that those are identified as like this is a special space. Profile is a special space that is marked as your profile specifically on the blockchain. So every single thing which you see is decentralized. What type of data is stored on the blockchain? On blockchain, we store transactions, hashes, content IDs, scores, and even the reaction counts. Whereas the data which is stored on the IPFS, for example, if you use Crust, the data is stored is like space data. For example, like what's the bio of the space, what's the name of the space, what's the image, and every single thing like that is stored on IPFS, and it is also decentralized. And similarly for posts, the content is being stored on a decentralized file storage service, whereas the hashes and the IDs are stored on the blockchain. Now that is all good, but why don't we talk about the challenges and the prizes? Because in the prize pool, we have $5,000. So you got the idea, right? That what is Subsocial. I'm going to talk about the prizes and the challenges so that we can get a direction. And then I'm going to talk about how you can get started building. What are the resources? What are the tools you need? And I'm going to also show you how easy it is to use our JS SDK. So if you just know about front end, you can easily develop the apps on Subsocial. That's the beauty of it. Now let's see some challenges and their prizes. Some challenges. So we are in this particular hackathon, we are introducing 3 challenges, and we would love to see your participation in these. First is integration for ghost Gatsby. So basically, Gatsby, which allows you to build static websites and everything like that. So we want you to create an integration plugin which will allow website developers, Gatsby website developers, to easily fetch the data from Subsocial. So there should be a seamless integration for website designers using Gatsby. And we would love to see if you can also create a plugin, in an extra format for WordPress. So basically, all the WordPress developers and Gatsby developers should be able to, just link to Subsocial a particular space, and all the data from the blockchain should be fetched directly from that plugin. So it should be very smooth in nature. The second challenge we have is for backing up Twitter data. So you have to create a bot which automatically gets the tweet of a particular user, maybe a list of users, and then backs up and stores those tweets as post on our Subsocial network. So this should be, very fast, reliable, and autonomous, that it should work automatically. If I say back up all the tweets that Elon Musk do, it should work automatically. That whenever Elon Musk tweets, his tweet is being backed up on a decentralized network, because Twitter can anytime ban Elon Musk or Donald Trump or anyone like that. So those data that they created should not be deleted. The data is there, or they have the ownership of the data. So what you have to do, create a bot which integrates to Twitter API, and whenever someone tweets, a particular user tweets, his tweet is getting backed up on Subsocial network. I hope that's clear. If you have any confusions, do ask me. Huaska, sorry if I'm taking your name wrong. I'm going to give you the link of the challenges and the docs on the Discord after this session. So on Discord, just ping me. My username is Tushar Ocha. This is my username on Discord. Ping me. I'll share the link on the Discord after this session. You can take a screenshot as well. Now, the third challenge is content encryption for current followers on Subsocial. So if you see this particular space, right, there are 724 followers, which you can see here. These all are the accounts which are following this particular space. Now, what I want, so as of now, this is very open, that anyone can see all the posts which are here, right? It's public in nature. But I would love to see if someone can create and invent an encryption method with which only the current followers, like if I post something, then if Bill Laboon posts something on the space, only these 724 followers can see this content. Anyone else who follows after that or before that, like, should not be able to see it. Only a certain number of followers or the current number of followers of a space can see your content. It should be encrypted by nature. So what does it mean? That the content is still decentralized, but it's encrypted. Only the people, only the people who are followers of your space should be able to read it. So all the followers who will come after that should not be able to read it, or any third party who's not your follower should not be able to read it. Do you get it? If you have any confusions, just ask me. I'll help you out there. These are, very due to time foundation. These challenges are explained in a broader term, but I'm going to explain in detail as well whenever needed on our Discord and every place. I'm going to give you the links of every single thing which you see here on our Discord and on Polkadot Hackathon Discord. So yeah, don't worry about the links. So this is the pool price. So we're going to analyze and check all the projects that you build during the hackathon, and we're going to divide a sum of $5,000 up to $5,000 between the projects which we seem are most deserving. So feel free to build out, and during the build process, stay connected to us, show us your progress. We will help you out. We can help you resolve your doubts, and we can help you guide through this build process. So, but after all this talk, where should I get started? What is my starting point? How do I know how to build on Subsocial? Subsocial is good. Subsocial helps me solve a lot of problems. It's really easy, you said, but how do I know? Where do I see this thing? So for you, this is the list of all of our resources which we have right now for you. So I'm going to quickly show you one of my favorite resource and a list of the documentation website as well. So I'm going to open a new tab here. I'm going to show you docs.subsocial.network. I hope you can see this URL, docs.subsocial.network. I'm going to mention it in the chat as well. Okay, so on this URL, you just go and click on develop. Since you are a developer, you will see the list of resources we have. So the first resource which I would love to show you is this playground. But if you are very new, you can go and get started and see this introduction, understand about how to install, what are the different API types, what is a test net where you can test those things up. You can get some test tokens and start building up things. So it is very detailed described. And if you want to see some prerequisites, here is the list of prerequisites and learning resources as well. Now, let me show you how easy it is to use the Subsocial JS SDK. So we have something called Playground, which you see. This is our playground. The URL for this is play.subsocial.network. Just go to play.subsocial.network. You will end up on this website. On this website, on the left, you can see all the different types of code snippets we have. For example, if you want to read data or write data, these are a couple of options which you have. So for example, if I want to read some data, and then what type of data I want to read. I want to read data about a space. So I can get all the data about a space or using its ID if I know its ID. So I say, show me the data of the space ID 1. So what I'll do, I say api.find space. And here you see, I pass this ID like this. And when I click Control Enter or click on this run button, it's going to fetch this data from the servers and show you this quickly. So see how fast it is to get all the data and build decentralized. It's as fast as any centralized service. So you can see different levels. So this is the ID of the data. This structure is what you see, the structure object. This is the data which is stored on the blockchain. And this content object is coming from the IPFS, which is a decentralized storage. So on IPFS, we have this storage about the space. So the space name is Subsocial. This is about the space. This is the link of, this is the CID of the image of the space. And these are the links and everything. So you can customize this content object as you like. So let's say I want to get the list of spaces by a particular owner. So I can just put in the public key here. I put this public key, I click on run, and it's going to fetch me all the spaces which this particular, this particular account have, or this particular account have created. Similarly, you can, if you want to, post some data, you want to get a particular post by its ID, you can do it. If you want to get a particular post by its space ID. So let's say you want to get all the posts which are inside this particular space that starts with ID 1, and that means Subsocial space. Then what you can do, you can just say api.blockchain.post IDs by space ID. So you will get an array of all the IDs of this, all the post IDs inside the space. And from this, you can just pass it inside api.base.find post. Now you might be confused about what is api.base, what is api.blockchain and everything. For this specific problem, we have this API types, which explains about every single thing, that what is base API, what methods does it provide. Then you can also go to quick reference guide. This quick reference guide will help you, how to install, how to import data, how to configure your from testnet, mainnet, and local net, how to do this thing, how to read data from the space, what does reading means, how to read data from a post. So every single thing you can see here as well. So this is the beauty of it. If you need help at any moment, you can ask us. And every single code snippet you see here is hardly 4 or 5 lines. Within 4 or 5 lines, you can do anything using Subsocial JS SDK. So yeah, that's it. Just focus on building a cool dApp, solving these list of problems, these 3 problems which I suggested you. And then if you face or if you struggle, do let us know. We'll be able to help you as fast as possible. So yeah, that's it. This is again the links I can show you. Now, if you need any support, then these are our channels. We have a Discord channel, which you can get from this website, I guess. If you go to, yeah, if you go to Discord and Telegram, we have these channels here, and you can ask your questions in the devs channel, and I can help you there. You can ask the questions on polka.latam channel and tag me. I'll help you there. So yeah, and all the links I'll give you. So to stay connected during the whole hackathon process, I've created a special form for you, for all the people who are live during this session, who are present during this session. I'm going to share this link with you. So I think I can copy this link. Okay. So this is the link which you can fill in. So this will basically give me your details about your name and your handle and what you are building right now, which challenge interests you. So I'll give you a special role on our Discord. But meanwhile, you can also ask your questions on Polkadot Hackathon and Discord server. I'll help you there. And the links to every single thing would be there on the channels. Keep an eye on that. I'll be helping you there, and I'm also going to give you the link to the list of challenges which I showed you right now. So we have something called Subsocial bounties. So we have this repository. I'm going to create issues. Just see the issues section in this. I'm going to create a list. As of now, it's not updated, but I'm going to transfer all the things which you saw on this page, previous page. I'm going to transfer it on this repository as issues, and you can just get started building your ideas and just see the label Polkadot Latam Hackathon. So I guess that's it. If you have any questions, do ask me here. I can help you out. If you need any help, if you are confused somewhere, if you didn't get something, just ask here. I'll love to help you out.
We don't have any question now, but it will be a great idea if you can share all the links. And you are you in the Discord, in the
yeah, this is my Discord ID.
Discord?
I'm on Discord.
I will
Yes.
send you the links to you can join to the hackathon Discord, so maybe you can.
I'm on Hackathon Discord. This is my username I've mentioned in the chat. You all can ping me. I would love to help you out. And also, you can create a separate channel for Subsocial related queries if people get a lot. So yeah, it's no problem if you are still, if you don't have any questions now, you will get doubts and questions as you start building things. So yeah, this is a great opportunity for you. This sector about social media and making it decentralized is very important and is something which people are trying to do the most. And at this early stage, you can enable people to do it. For example, the bot idea, the bot challenge we have, the challenge for creating integration to Gatsby. These all things will enable more people to focus on decentralized things. So you are working on an architectural way right now. So I would love to see what you all are going to build. If you face any challenge, I'm here. The whole team is here. We would love to help you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. As you can see, we have this new that Subsocial will have challenge in the hackathon. So it's great to know that information. So we will include all the information that Tushar has shared with all the teams, so anyone can participate in this challenge. Thank you so much, Tushar. And well, I will contact you to take more information. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here. All the best, everyone. Would love to see your projects. Thank you.
Thank you.